The air power of the Nazis was turned against Britain. Ruthless bombing of London. The German war machine threatened to invade Britain. In daylight air raids, the RAF fought off the Nazi sky fleet, shooting down hundreds of German planes. And Germany did not get the control of the air necessary for invasion. And then the bombing continued as sheer destruction.
He knows the truth.
Let's wake them up then, shall we?
During the dark days of World War II, British Major Wesley Tudor Pole proposed what became known as the Silent Minute. He suggested that people devote 1 minute each evening at 9 PM to praying for peace. Both King George VI and Prime Minister Winston Churchill supported the idea. On Sunday, November 10th, 1940, BBC Radio began broadcasting the chiming of Big Ben as a signal for the Silent Minute to begin. Franklin D. Roosevelt encouraged the Silent Minute, which spread across land and sea to battlefields, air raid shelters and hospitals. After the war, a British intelligence officer was interrogating a high Nazi official. He asked him why he thought Germany had been defeated. The official replied, "During the war, you had a secret weapon for which we could find no countermeasure, which we did not understand, but it was very powerful. It was associated with the striking of Big Ben. I believe you called it the Silent Minute."
Its deep voice brought comfort and hope to millions in subjection listening in.
Taking a closer look at Wesley Tudor Pole, we'll find out that he is a spiritualist, being particularly involved in the Baha'i faith, as well as a quest for the Holy Grail. The Baha'i faith is a monotheistic religion which emphasises the spiritual unity of all humankind. 3 core principles establish a basis for Baha'i teachings and doctrine: the unity of God, that there is only one God who is the source of all creation; the unity of religion, that all major religions have the same spiritual source and come from the same God; and the unity of humanity, that all humans have been created equal. Its religious history is seen to have unfolded through a series of divine messengers, each of whom established a religion that was suited to the needs of the time and to the capacity of the people. These messengers have included Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Krishna, Buddha and others. Some of its social principles, which includes the unity of God, unity of religion, unity of humanity, world peace and a new world order.
And that's why I wanted to speak to you today about the new world taking shape around us, about the prospects for a new world order now within our reach. The quest for the new world order is in part a challenge to keep the dangers of disorder at bay. Only when this transformation is complete will we be able to take full measure of the opportunities presented by this new and involving world order.
The world now stands as one. We can find meaning and reward by serving some higher purpose than ourselves. A shining purpose, the illumination of 1,000 points of light.
It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind. A new world order.
And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the word that it was for me. And the sign said the words of the prophets are
The 9-pointed star of Baha'i is the occult symbol which symbolises the Hermetic key, which is the revealer of order and chaos and the oneness of all. The Baha'i faith is New Age, and at its root it denies the deity of Jesus and is therefore biblically defined as Antichrist. The name Baha'u'llah is an Arabic word which means the glory of God, stunningly similar to for the greater glory of God, which you may remember is the motto of the Jesuits and their founder, Ignatius Loyola, a motto which was recently quoted by...
Now, as you may know, my running mate, Tim, is Catholic and went to Jesuit schools, and one of the things he and I have talked about is this idea from the Jesuits of the Magus. So I've taken this concept of Magus to heart in this campaign.
Both Baha'i and the Roman Catholic Church make great strides towards the same goal of uniting religions, with the Vatican II Council making ecumenism the quest for Christian unity. But what that really means is that all daughter Protestant churches being brought back to the mother of all harlots. The silent minute prayer of World War II is the spirit of Antichrist upon the masses. People of all religions were encouraged to take part no matter what God you believed in. As in Baha'i beliefs, all religion is from the same source or God, one light, many lamps. Ignatius Loyola also practiced silent prayer. In Ignatian spirituality, the most basic spiritual practice is learning silence. Ignatius charges us in the third movement of his spiritual exercises to embrace chaos and no confusion.
My name is Father Christopher Jamison, and I'm going to tell you about a new BBC Two TV series called The Big Silence. And in the silence, I invite them to learn to meditate and to seek God. And then onto an 8-day retreat at St Byno's in North Wales, the wonderful retreat centre run by the Jesuits, where they have to spend 8 days in complete silence.
During a police encounter, the smartest way to take the fifth is just to keep your mouth shut, because you always have the right to remain silent.
London's Big Ben has been bonging for 156 years. The Great Clock, one of London's most famous tourist attractions, needs drastic work to stop it falling silent.